Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. It's amazing how you got to constantly clean your glasses because you put your thumb and there's something in the way and there's always smear. You know, you don't realize that you touching stuff so much, but you do. Today's another video of the moving cell blowout. And like I told you guys, guitars, basses, and I think all the basses except for one has been sold. And they go quick, you know, within the course of a day, the ones that I had for sale, they went, you know, because people know my reputation on my channel. I don't play junk, don't play garbage. I give you guys hellified deals. I'm not like on Reverb 3 times as much as everybody else wants it. None of that stuff, because it's not about the money. It's just placing good equipment in the hands of people that are serious about their music. That's basically it. And today I have another sound module, and I've had this one for a bit, and I really don't want to get rid of this. And if it's not sold in 4 days, the video goes down and I'm going to keep it. It is the Korg SG-Rack, the stage piano module. This module got some really nice piano sounds. I mean, that's for one reason why if I don't sell it in 4 days, I'm going to keep it. It has a Wurlitzer piano passage. It's incredible. And I only have another one that's kind of close to that in my big piano that I can't sell because it's so heavy, you know, and that's the only reason that I'm considering parting with this, because I have one that's similar, but it's not the same. And it's hard to find good Wurlitzer, you know, and it's in excellent condition. There's not a scrape on the top, not a dent, not a scrape or nothing. Got the power cord, it comes on, no eternal battery going down and about to down you. No shaky knobs. I'll leave a YouTube link, I guess, down here so you guys can hear it. And also I'll leave you some stats. There's about 140 sound patches in this thing. Pianos, basses, strings, organ, clavinet, brass, and some various other patches. I'm going to stick it up here and try to turn it on. But before I do that, let me just say this. One reason why I love this, because of the, and this unit probably about maybe 15, 20 years old at this point. They had the foresight back then. Let's give these people a big display, because they're not going to have 22-year-old ass forever, you know. So somebody was thinking, I can barely read this, because the KMPC, even back then, by a 22-year-old eye standard back then, screen little as hell. You know, so now you almost need a magnifying glass. Let me mention this because sometimes you don't understand why these executives make super bonehead decisions. They get paid a lot of money to make very important decisions, and some of them fall on their face. Okay, you see this? That's the headphone jack. And this is, I'm going to tell you why this is so important. It's late at night. You got your module. You MIDI up to your keyboard. You put your headphones in the headphone jack and you play. EMU. Now this was around the time that this was standard. The plug was standard at that point. EMU decided with the produce, we're not going to give you a headphone jack. We're going to make you plug up a big old mixer and run it through the mixer, and then you put your headphone through the mixer. That was one of the dumbest mistakes. One of the dumbest mistakes I've ever seen on a music piece. I'm like, dude, this ain't 1965, 70. You know, this is the 90s, and you're not supplying a headphone jack? Now I have to incorporate an additional big piece of gear to just hear the thing? Whoever decided to do that should have got their ass kicked and fired. You know, because I'm like, how did this get through all these hands? You know, nobody said, please put a headphone jack in this so they can play this without pulling out a mixer, and hearing it straight through the device as opposed to the mixer. Because when you plug it through the mixer and plug your headphones through the mixer, it's going to sound different from coming straight out the module, and it doesn't take a top-notch, great ear musician to hear that. So I'm like, I don't know who decided to do that, take a step back in time, But anyway, I'll leave the stats down here. I'll leave a video down here so you guys can hear it. I enjoy playing this thing. And like I told you, within 4 days, no biters. This is coming down. I'm keeping this, because it ain't a matter. I need the money. Don't need the money. I'm just got a lot of stuff, and I don't want to wag a lot of stuff to another new location. That's kind of been my thing. When I move, really nothing moves with me except for the essentials. Documentation, paperwork, some clothes, and maybe a few other items. I don't take smelly old couches and dirty furniture, and same thing with the music equipment. A lot of that goes, and I just buy new because I'm like, I'm just sitting on this now. I'm not really doing nothing right now. I've written a couple of songs for a couple of artists when they CD come out next year, and I'm like, I'm kind of done right now for writing, And I got my workstation if I need to do that. My workstation has everything in it, All these great sounds. I think that in Sonic that I'm looking at right now, 76 keys, got like over 1,500 sound patches. So I'm like, I'm good as far as sounds. And these external modules I've just picked up along the way before I bought the workstation, but I could basically clear all of this out and just keep the workstation, and I'm good. Keep my drum machines, but $250 plus $40 shipping and handling. It'll go out the very next business day with tracking. My PayPal information is right down there. MorrisMan64@hotmail.com, not MorrisMan Smith. If you're not sure, just cut and paste it to the PayPal, and it'll come up. A lot of people make a mistake. I'm going to type it in, and they type in too many characters, not enough characters. Something should be here, this, something there, and it goes somewhere else. And, I never, I sent you the money. Never got it. And that's the reason why. What else do I need? Yeah, so if you're interested, leave me a comment. Say, hey, Morris, I want this right now. So I say, okay, we agreed on this. And then you send your money. Just don't send your money without, contacting me and confirming the sale of the unit, because I've had some people do that. And then sometimes they send me money, and then there's no information in the box as far as what's this money for. So please do that, because that can delay, or as a result of not putting that information in, it could be sold to somebody else. Because I'm like, I don't have 5 days to be waiting on somebody to realize, hey, I sent them money. And I've sent them an email, and they haven't responded, because now PayPal is doing this. And I'm like, when it's not broke, please don't fix it. When you used to go into PayPal, and it's still in some people's account, you see their email address. So you just, okay, let me send them an email right quick. Say, hey, what is this for? Or whatever, I need your full address. Now, PayPal wants to stop that, and what they put in its place is a message that you can message them through PayPal. The problem with that is 90% of the people that do that, including myself, that information does not get to the person you're trying to send it to. So I'm like, what you did just now is just turn the system that was working into a system that doesn't have working. Again, another bonehead decision from the executives. But again, this is the Korg SR stage piano module. This thing is in excellent condition. Even the display looks like it still got the plastic on it. I think it does, because it doesn't have a scratch on it. I mean, this thing, like I told you guys, the condition that I get something, whether it's last week or 5-10 years ago, it's the same condition that when I get ready to part with it, that it's going to be in. This didn't come here in this condition, excellent condition. And then by the time I get done with it and I sell it to you, display all scratched up, the knob is all shaky. Oh wait, let me go find the power supply. I don't know where it's at. It does. It says internal battery needs to be replaced. Instead of me replacing it, I'm just going to try to pawn it off on you in this condition. Then when the battery dies, all the sounds in there go away. So like I said, this is definitely one of the few pieces of gear that I would like to keep, but I'm not using it. I'm not using it. So $250, $40 shipping and handling, PayPal right there. If you want to leave me a comment, it'll go out the very next day, and then you get sent tracking. So I guess that's all I got to say about this thing. I'll leave you some stats down there and some reviews, because people got nothing but good things to say about this unit. And I love the fact, again, that they were thinking, they had foresight to say, let's give them the biggest display that we can give them so they can read this. And still, 20 years later, they still got this gear. I got glasses on now. I'm trying to look at the small display. I can't fit. Is that, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. But like I said, if no takers in 4 days, it comes down. I keep this. You know, I love the piano sounds in this thing. You know, they sound real. And let me just say this right quick. I was just looking at, because YouTube is on the road with every 2 minutes here comes some commercials. You know, people trying to sell you get rich stuff. Oh, you can get rich in this free training class. And you go there and you look at it. Then they send you to another one, and it's free. The video information, but the training is like $1,500. And I say to myself, if I had a little business going, I'm doing well, why would I want to share that with anybody else? You know, and I'm not a selfish person, but it just makes no sense to sell your trade secrets to other people, because you want to charge them, and that's where you make your real money, tricking people into believing the stuff that you tell them in training, and you can make all this money is a lie, and how they make their money is selling you the lie, you know, because it wouldn't make sense if what they're doing is making money. Why would you take a moment from this, slow this down, to train people for only $1,400, and you claim you're making 10 grand in a month or a week? You know, that makes no sense. So please be leery of that BS, because that's a bunch of BS. It's unfortunate that YouTube did not check the credentials of these business and check with the Better Business Bureau. You know, they don't do none of that. They just take these people's money and they post these lying-ass commercials, you know. But like I said, this is a great unit, and I hate to part with this one. Like I said again, 4 days, this goes down, I keep it. I'm trying to just make sure that I haven't omitted anything. You know, my PayPal information is right there. $40 shipping to hand and $250 for the unit. If you're interested, leave me a comment. As quick as you leave me a comment, the quicker I get back to you and say, okay, locked in, you got this. Now I'm going to remove this video or put soul across the header. So until next time, take care.